football fam? It's your boy Marcus and Ty here. It's time for the Week 13 BIG10 Roundup. It's been a while since we did one of these. We'll make sure we got to it this week. We're going to talk about the scores, storylines, and some of the things that happened in that Big 10 this week and look ahead at next week's rivalry week. Let's start this thing off with a matchup between USC and Oregon, top 25 matchup. Dante Moore threw for 257 yards and 2 touchdowns. With this one, he was 22 for 30. Kenyon Sadiq had 6 catches for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. We don't talk about that guy enough. And Noah Whittington had 104 yards and a touchdown in this one as well. Running the ball, he also caught a couple passes. Oregon got the victory 42-27. Kind of controlled this one the whole way through. USC did put up kind of a fight. Jaden Mahava, another solid game, 25 for 43, 306 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have the 2 picks. Malachi Lemon, 7 catches, 34 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also threw a touchdown for 26 yards and a touchdown to Hines, who had 6 catches for 141 yards and a touchdown. And can't leave out Jacoby Lane, who had 6 catches for 8 yards. The story of this one was Oregon running the ball, 179 rush yards, USC 52 rush yards. That made the difference in this game. Both teams were heavily penalized. Oregon had 11 penalties for, I think, 130 yards, and USC had 8 for 103. Oregon finally getting a ranked victory. It seems like it's been forever since they beat a ranked team. I think the last ranked victory they had was against Penn State. Oregon ranked 7th in the college football playoff coming into the week, could possibly be moving up, are holding ground at 7. How far can this Oregon team go without their 2 top wide receivers? We talking Moore and Greg Bryan Jr.
And I don't think they can go. I don't think they can go that far. I mean, if the defense is playing great, but at the same time, are they going to sustain this level of play? We know Oregon's defense is known for giving up points late in the season, and they won this one against USC because Jaden Mahava had those 2 picks, so that was a takeaway from it. But they did have 2 receivers go over 100 yards, which if that happens, the other team should win. But this Oregon team, they haven't beat anybody. They did beat USC, but we're asking how good is USC at this point.
Yeah, USC, man. We're gonna get to them in a second because I feel a certain type of way about them. Let's just touch on Oregon's schedule so far. They played Montana State, the FCS school, so we'll leave them at that. This FCS school is hard to gauge talent moving up from the FCS. Montana State had a pretty solid record though. Oklahoma State 1-10. Northwestern 6-5. Oregon State 2-9. Penn State. Credit to Oregon, they started the bleeding. They were the first team to beat Penn State. Penn State 5-6.
Yeah, but before that,
Rutgers.
Penn State wasn't blowing people out like it was supposed to, though.
True. Rutgers 5-6. Wisconsin 4-7. And then the last 3 teams are the best teams in the resume. They barely beat Iowa. They were 7-4. They had a tough game against Minnesota, I think, 6-5, and they just beat USC pretty handily, 8-3. Your thoughts? Those combined record of 44-55. Your thoughts on Oregon's schedule?
I mean,
fair to say that it might be a little overrated, or
I'm not gonna say they're overrated, but I'm not gonna say they're. I mean, like, I think 7 is too high because like we don't know how good the team really is. Like, yeah, they're 10-1, but like I said, they haven't played anybody. But with you being 10-1 and the teams you played, how did you win them? That's how I answer the question. How did you beat those teams you're supposed to beat? Yeah, this college football, like in basketball, you supposed to blow the teams out. You're supposed to blow them out. Same way in football. Are you blowing out these teams you're supposed to?
I don't think they had any really close games besides the Iowa game. and I think Minnesota was close for like a half or so.
And USC was pretty close.
Yeah, I think for like a half. Same kind of deal. Like second half, it just got out of hand. But I just feel like, I mean, I just think I think Oregon thinks they're super safe. I don't think they should feel that way. I just don't think they should feel they're safe into the play. I just think their schedule did them no favors this year.
I mean, it didn't.
Like,
so
they didn't play.
If Oregon loses, it's over with, and they better hope Ohio State or Indiana loses the game.
I think if Oregon loses, they drop out.
That's what I'm saying. They better hope Ohio State or Indiana lose the game. They better hope.
They didn't play Ohio State. They didn't play Indiana. They didn't play Michigan. Who else? They didn't play
Nebraska.
I know they did. Nebraska. That's one thing about it. They didn't play the top teams in the conference. I mean, granted, they do have Washington this week, so.
And I think Washington could win.
Washington can win this game, man. Washington has played a tough schedule.
Exactly.
So
they're 5-3 in conference play.
I think Oregon should. And they got a loss to Ohio State on there, so Oregon should be paying attention this week. Don't be looking ahead and thinking about the playoffs. Because I think if they lose to Washington, they could see a big drop.
Who did Oregon lose to?
Oregon lost to
Indiana. They lost to Indiana.
Oh, they did play Indiana. That's right. They lost to Indiana. I'm sorry. They played Indiana. They lost at home to Indiana.
They got the brakes beat off of them, if I remember.
They did. That was not their best outing. I want to say this game Dante Moore got hurt though. I could be wrong, but I guess
the freshman receiver got hurt, but he came back.
Indiana or Ohio State loses, I know if Ohio State loses, Oregon could jump into the college football. I mean, to the Big 10 championship game and get a rematch against Indiana. Because do you think Oregon win that rematch?
No.
Healthy Dante Moore this time?
No. This Indiana team they're cruising, man. They are. I hate to say they're one of the best teams.
Indiana.
What?
We used to how's this team ranked? Now we this team can't be beat.
Man, just the way they're beating people, man. 60, 70, 50. I'm like, Jesus. Kirk Stagnelli does not take his foot off the gas.
He does not, man. He puts his foot on your throat. He got to take you out. Let's talk about USC, man. The team that lost this one. This is their third loss. They dropped to 8-3, 6-2 in conference play. Is USC playoff chances done?
Yeah, they've been done.
Yeah, so no matter what they do against GLA, they're not getting in.
Because they couldn't be. If they would have beat Oregon, they would have been in it, in my opinion. But you lost to Oregon.
Yep. I'm gonna say this: USC team more talent than Oregon, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are
more talent than Indiana, in my opinion.
But
probably not Ohio State.
But Oregon is better coached than USC's team.
That's what I'm getting at. What do you think went wrong for USC?
I mean,
you think it was the coaching?
It's always been the coaching. Look at Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma. How far could he make it? I mean, all the talent he's had at Oklahoma,
right, man.
He's still never made it to a playoff.
That's what I'm getting at. I mean, USC, they had too much talent on this team to be 8-3, in my opinion. It was playoff or bust for this team.
Mm-hmm.
If they go 9-3 and miss the playoffs, I think a discussion needs to be had with the coach.
I mean, I told you
he enters next year on the high, or you make a change.
I told you when we did our coaching videos that Lincoln Riley is gone. I I told you that. He doesn't. He doesn't stick around programs long
If
enough.
he, if they get rid of Lincoln Riley, you think they go after a guy like Dan Lanning?
I think you got to go after somebody that. I mean, I guess if you can't beat them, join them. I mean, but I mean, I guess if you had to pick somebody, it would be him. That's if he's willing to leave Oregon. But you can go after Kenny Dillingham. But I think he'd like to be in California. You go after. I can't think off the top of my head right now. But there's better coaches out there if you can't get Dan Lanning.
I think so. I think a discussion needs to be had at USC. Like, where is this program headed? I think they're like in the same spot, but I don't want to beat a dead horse on that. We'll jump on that topic another day. Let's move on to the next game. We got Michigan and Maryland. Michigan got the victory, 45-20. Big game from those guys. You got Bryce Underwood had 16 for 23 for 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. They got the passing game going this week. Shout out to them. Bryce Underwood only had 20 rushing yards this week. Still not running the ball as much as I thought he would. No Justice Haynes, no problem. Bryson, hope I get this right. Kuzendole. Yeah, I butchered that. I messed that up big time.
Sounds right to
20
me.
carries, 200 yards, three touchdowns. I also know Jordan Marshall as well. No word on when he's coming back.
Out for
Justice
season.
Haynes is out for the season, though. Yep, that hurts.
Yeah, Marshall's out for season.
O'Mara, he had 8 carries for 7. Marshall's out for the season as well?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's 8 carries for 71 yards. Andrew Marsh had 5 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown. McCooley had 46 yards and a touchdown. Pretty solid outing for the Michigan offense this week. They really needed an explosive game. They got it. For the Terrapins, things kind of went the other way. Malik Washington, 19 for 39, 210 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Knotts did have 4 catches for 82 yards, and Farouk had 5 for 71 and a touchdown. Smith Jr. caught 5 for 62. This Maryland team has just not been able to turn the corner since they got into Big Ten play. This wasn't our QB watch party. I hope you guys got a chance to watch that video. We talked about Bryce Underwood and Malik Washington and the different directions their team has went. Michigan kind of dominated this team, time possession and rushing yards. They went over 200 yards to Maryland 71. That was the biggest difference of the game. Michigan won their 4th straight. Now, if Michigan can beat Ohio State next week, they will end the year 10-2. Will they be considered the best 10-2 team in the country?
The best 10-2 team? No, because I believe Alabama's still 10-2, correct?
Yes.
So no, they wouldn't be the best 10-2 team in the country. No.
So we lining up. I think I agree with you. Alabama will still be better, but I think Michigan should be in that conversation. Probably the second best 10-2 team in the country. So let's just say we line up Michigan and Ole Miss right now. Who's winning?
Oh, Ole Miss, hands down. Ole Miss is beating the BTA to Michigan.
Say BTL Michigan. Okay. All right. So you saying Ole Miss is better? Let's go with this one. How about lining up right now? Michigan versus Texas.
At this point, right now, I believe Michigan is better than Texas because we've seen the way Texas has played these last 2 weeks. You can't lose to Georgia by 30 and expect to be in the college football playoff. So, yeah, I'm giving the nod to Michigan.
Okay. We got 2 more teams I'm going to put them up against. Michigan lining up against their conference mate, Oregon. Who wins right now?
I got to give it to Oregon. Oregon has a better offense, in my opinion, and a better quarterback.
even without the top wide receivers.
Yeah,
Like they lining up right now. They have.
I'm giving it to Oregon.
Okay. Last one. I'm see. So far, you're not liking this Michigan team. Michigan lining up against Notre Dame.
I gotta give Notre Dame. Just because I know Jeremiah Love's gonna get his. I know for a fact.
So basically, you telling me this Michigan team's not that good?
Now, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
So, you got on me a lot this year by not picking Michigan in the pick'ems. I'm the one that actually believes this team is better than what you think they are.
I mean, Bryce Underwood is not who I thought he was this year. Like, I think they keep handicapping them. I mean, let's let them off the reins.
I think they kind of loosened them up a little bit. That's why the passing game's been a little bit better the last couple of weeks. I'm not ruling out an Ohio State upset, man. I like this team. Justice Haynes or not, Jordan Marshall or not, I like this Michigan team. They've grown on me. I'm not ruling out an upset.
These boys not this year they are not losing to Michigan. Like, they purposely rested their two receivers for this game. They are not losing to Michigan.
Yeah, them guys had some injuries. I don't think they're as healthy as they're putting on. Michigan, 4 straight victories over Ohio State, y'all. Just keep that in mind. Let's move on to the next game, man. This is going to be Minnesota at Northwestern. I think this was the game of the week in the Big Ten. Shout out to Leo, who just subscribed to the channel, by the way. Since they popped up there. Thank you, Leo. This is the most competitive game in the Big Ten. Northwestern jumped out early, 10-0 in the first quarter, behind a Caleb Mo Buffet. Man, why am I butchering this man's name right now? I know this guy. He had a 46-yard.
Komalofe,
yeah. Komalofe ended the game with 22 carries, 129 yards, and a touchdown. But this game has so many twists and turns. In the second quarter, Minnesota answers back with a big second quarter. I think they put up 21 points in the quarter or something like that.
The second quarter, Lindsay, 21 points.
Yeah. So Lindsay had 2 touchdown passes in the second quarter, both of them going to Tracy, one for 5 yards, one for 27 yards, I believe. Running back Darius Taylor had a touchdown to open the second quarter as well. He ended the game on 10 carries, 43 yards, and a touchdown. We'll talk about Taylor more later. Minnesota opened the third quarter with another Lindsay to Tracy touchdown. This is Tracy's third touchdown of the day. He finished with 4 catches, 87 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Minnesota like they're going to run away with this thing, but it's Preston Stone who answers back with a touchdown pass to Wow, plus the 2-point conversion to get it to 28-21. They also added in a Simon's 20-yard touchdown run and a field goal to close this thing out at the end of the game. Preston Stone drives the team, I think, 75 yards for the game winning score, something like that. Minnesota and Northwestern exchanged touchdowns. Yeah, they exchanged touchdowns to start the fourth quarter. And then Preston Stone drives 14 yards, 75 yards for the game winning field goal to win the game 35-38. Northwestern, pretty solid year. This was a very good game. I was watching it, wasn't expecting it to be this good. I was impressed by the game. Preston Stone, SMU graduate transfer. He was 25 for 30, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, no incompletions in the second half. Completely clean game by him. Drake Lindsay, let's not forget about him from Minnesota. He finished with 20 for 30 for 264 yards and 4 touchdowns. Is Preston Stone a Sunday guy?
He won't be drafted, but he's a Sunday guy though.
Okay, I like Preston Stone, man. I remember him at SMU. He was pretty good. He had the nasty injury, also starting job to Kelly Jennings. Tried to redshirt and come back, but he ended up graduating and just transferring out. So shout out to Preston Stone for landing on his feet and having a pretty solid season for Northwestern. Let's talk about Darius Taylor over there in Minnesota. This is a guy I was expecting big things from this year. three-year starter at running back. As a freshman, he had 794 yards, 5 touchdowns. He averaged 5.8 yards per carry. As a sophomore, he had 986 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4.8 yards a carry. This year, I know he had some injuries up there in September, but he has 454 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4.5 yards per carry. Your thoughts on Darius Taylor? Or do you have any thoughts on Darius Taylor?
I have no thoughts on Darius Taylor. He plays at Michigan. He plays at Minnesota. I think he'll probably transfer because I think the Minnesota team they're looking up, but I think he's one of those guys who thinks he can play better somewhere else, like a Jalen Ott situation. But we see how that panned out. So I think he'll end up transferring, in my opinion.
I think he's a transfer candidate as well. I think if not, they're gonna bring us a serious competition at the running back spot because he has not looked good this year. Row the boat, man. You hear me say it a lot on here with PJ Fleck in Minnesota. Is the message growing stale in Minnesota? You think they might need to be looking at a change?
How long has PJ Fleck been there?
Since 2017.
Definitely a change. That's 8 years. He's got to go, man. Like, you know how I am about change of scenery. He got to go.
He is 64 of 48. His tenure in Minnesota, he's actually 38 of 40 in the Big 10. So he's kind of a middle of the pack type of guy. He's proven to be that. They hired him out of Western Michigan, and his record at Western Michigan was not great. He was 30 of 22. He was 21 and 11 in MAC play, though. His first year with Western Michigan, he was 1 and 11. Then he had back-to-back 8 and 5 seasons. Then he was 13 and 1. So they were looking at that trajectory, and they thought, okay, he can do that at Minnesota. That's why they gave him so much time, but it just hasn't quite gotten over the hump. He's 44 years old though, so I mean, still a young guy. So
yeah, but I don't care about trajectory. I need to know what you're gonna do right now. I don't care about trajectory.
Do you think PJ Fleck should be on a hot seat?
Yes, especially since it's only, like we said, maybe 2 dominant teams in this conference.
I tend to agree, man. I think this conference is wide open, man. At least to be the 3rd best team. I think it's wide open. I don't think USC's that did themselves in the favor. So the fact that you're the middle of the pack and it's down, you're in the Big 10 says a lot. Can we say the same thing about Northwestern and David Brown? He's been there since 2023. He's the former DC at Northwestern. He actually won Coach of the Year in 2023 when they went 8 and 5. He was the interim coach at the time. I think they gave him the job off that season. But last year they went 4 and 8. This year they're 6 and 5, 11 and 15. The Big 10 play. Is David Brown the guy? He's 18 and 18 overall. Do they stick with him?
I think you stick with him because he's only been there 2 years. You said
3 years.
Hired in 20, so 3 years technically, yeah.
Yeah.
But man, I think you keep him. He has one of the best linebacker cores, one of the best receiving cores, with including the tight end Wilson. I like Wilson a lot. I like Wildy a lot. Like, this team is underrated. They just caught a bad break in the schedule. But I think you keep him, man. He recruits talent.
Okay. I will give you that. I'll give you that.
This team is talented. They just hit a hiccup in the schedule.
So Northwestern, a team to look out for in 2026. That's what you're telling me.
Depending on who the quarterback is, but yeah.
Definitely got to find them a quarterback. I don't know who their backup is. So y'all hear that, guys? Ty said look out for Northwestern in 2026. Let's talk about the team to look out for in 2025. The standard in the NCAA right now, Ohio State, #1 team. They took on Rutgers. They beat them 42-9. Cardell Tate set out his 3rd straight game. Jeremiah Smith as well. He sits out, but no problem for the Buckeyes as they roll. This one, like I said, 42-9. Julian Sand, 13 for 19, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bo Jackson had 19 carries for 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. Peoples added another 55 and a touchdown. And Big Max, you say he's the best tight end in the country. He had 7 catches for 105 yards and a touchdown. That's crazy because he's not even the best tight end on his own team. But okay, there. Ohio State, number one ranking. I don't want to be that guy, but I just want to look at something real quick. We posted a video about SEC bias and teams like that, but guess what? Another team might be getting that same treatment. Is Ohio State getting the benefit of the doubt? Are they really that good? Or they just played a really soft schedule? I went back and looked at it. They played. It's their last 5 weeks. They played a 2-5 Wisconsin team. They won 34-0. They played a 3-5 Penn State team. Won 38-14. They played a 2-8 Purdue team. Won 34-10. They played a 3-7 UCLA team. Won 48-10. And they just played a Rutgers team that was 5-5 and won 42-9. That's the best team they played in 6 weeks. Your thoughts on Ohio State's last 5 games?
So yeah, Penn State. Who thought they would be this bad this year? We didn't. We just knew they wouldn't be that good, but we didn't think they would be 3-8 bad. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
It'd be that bad.
And then UCLA
like 6-6 bad.
See, exactly. So UCLA, we didn't think they would be this bad, but they got better after firing the coach. So, I mean, I didn't think they're gonna be 3-8 bad. Like I was looking at like 6-6, 5-7 maybe. But I mean, the schedule just fell in their favor. Like, granted, they are beating them up, but at the same time, if you're basing off names, which it doesn't really matter at this point because we know what these teams are because we have hindsight. I mean, they got just a lucky break.
Yeah, I mean, they did not play Oregon, did not play USC, didn't play Indiana.
They did play Illinois and beat the brakes off of.
Yeah, a couple people beat the brakes out of Illinois.
But that's hindsight, though. I mean, who would have thought Illinois was going to be that bad?
Me.
I did too, but I'm not a schedule maker.
That's why I don't think they should rank teams at the beginning of the year based on what you did last year. I think you should just wait a couple weeks before you drop a ranking. Did Ohio State play Iowa? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
So they didn't play Iowa. They didn't play Northwestern. Who did they play in the Big Ten? That was worth the damn. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I get what you're saying. They played Penn State, but
3-8. You keep bringing up 3-8 Penn State.
They went 3-8 when they played them, though. That's the thing.
You're right. They were 3-5. So
hey, better than 3-8. And that Penn State team did take Indiana to the last drive.
Yeah, I'm just like being a buster right now, being a hater. But I think Ohio State is the best team in the country. I can make an argument for Indiana as well, but I just think their schedule has left a lot to be desired. They might be a little too comfortable going into the playoffs. That's why I feel like a team can sneak up and get them. And they better hope it's Michigan and not a playoff team. So I'll say that.
If they beat Michigan the way they're beating these teams, is it fair to say they're going to win the national championship?
It should be Ohio State versus the field. Yes, if they beat Michigan. If they beat Michigan 42-9, it's Ohio State versus the field.
Like,
period.
I think even if they lose to Michigan, how far should they fall in the rankings?
They should still be top 3. They should still get a bye. I'll say that. Top 4.
So if they beat Michigan, lose to Indiana, Indiana should be 2-1. It'll be I guess Indiana should be 1 and then Ohio State 2. Or do you put Georgia at that 2 or Texas A&M at that 2 spot? If they win in the SEC championship.
If Texas A&M wins, I put them at 2.
Okay.
If Georgia wins, I put them at 3 and Ohio State at 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying because that's what I was asking. Because so if Indiana loses, you put Texas A&M at 2 and Indiana at 3. Or do you keep Indiana at 2 if they lose to Ohio State?
If they lose to Ohio State, I'm still cool with leaving Indiana at 2. But
I am too. I am too because they just lost to the best team.
Argument Texas A&M. That's it, though.
Right. Because you can make the argument and say that Texas A&M hasn't played anybody.
It's also true.
So it's just something to look out for.
I think one thing we both agree on that Ohio State and Indiana of all teams are the best two teams in the country.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I want to put Georgia in there so bad, but I'm gonna stick with Ohio State, Indiana.
Okay. We are a week closer to 1 versus 2 since we just talked about it. Who would you favor, Ohio State or Indiana, in the Big Ten championship game? If Jeremiah Smith and Cardell Tate sit out.
If they sit out,
I mean, I haven't heard any word about those guys come back next week against Michigan. I'm sorry.
well, let me ask you this: then, if they sit out, and Ohio State lose, should they still go and still drop number 2?
You talking about if they lose to Michigan or they lose to Indiana?
Lose Indiana if they don't play. Those two players don't play.
And they lose to, I think they should probably fall to 2.
Okay, because
they lost without their best 2 guys.
Because that makes a difference. It makes a big difference. But it's just, I think they still beat Indiana without those 2 guys though.
Yeah, I think defense gets it done, man. Matt Patricia, man, that's the guy.
And Matthews Jr. is no
world
slouch.
linebacker right here.
I like Matthews Jr. I like Caleb Downs. I like Dale Reeves, I believe his name is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like this, there's 5 first-round picks on this team alone. That's insane.
Yes. There's actually more than 5. But are you talking about this year alone?
This year. If we're talking about the whole team, it's like probably 30.
It could be 5. It's definitely 5 first-round guys on this team right now.
One of them might be top 2.
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit. If Jeremiah Smith and Cardell Tate both sit out, can Michigan play spoiler and get their 5th straight victory over Ohio State?
They could.
Can they get one for the thumb?
I mean, they could, but everybody's gonna say that Jeremiah Smith and Tate didn't play. So, I mean, can you beat them with those 2 guys with this quarterback? That's what people are gonna say.
Yeah, they beat them last year with those 2 guys.
Well, I'm saying with this quarterback, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, granted, they'll get the win, but they'll still be like, well, what if so and so would have played? So you know how people are, but a win's a win in my book.
Yeah, I'm not ruling that, man. I can feel it in the air, man. I think something's gonna happen in that game, man.
I think they play though. They played the other games. They set out against Rutgers. I think they played against Michigan. Like we know Jeremiah Smith doesn't miss games. Like he wants to play.
Okay, we shall see. I hope that he does. I can't wait for that game. That is the game to watch. Let's close this thing on now. Talking about the last 4 games. Illinois season of hell continues. They dropped to 7-4 as they lost 27-10 to Wisconsin of all teams. Hey, Wisconsin said they're bringing back the coach.
Yep.
Team turned to leaf. They 4-7 all of a sudden on a 2-game winning streak. Not looking as bad as people thought they were. Penn State got a victory over Nebraska. Nebraska just looks horrible without Dylan Raiola. They can't move the ball. They can't protect. They can't catch. They can't run. All that because Dylan Raiola got injured. I don't know what happened to Nebraska. They dropped to 7-4. Penn State moves to 5-6 as they look to try to get bowl eligible.
I think Matt Rule's checked out. I think he's going to that Penn State job. I think he's checked out now.
That could possibly be something to look into. Michigan State, Jonathan Smith, they lost again. They dropped to 3-8. They lost to Iowa. Shout out to Iowa and Mark Gronkowski. You got your quarterback this year. Wasn't the prettiest football in the world, but it got you to 7-4. You was putting up points. Make sure you do the same thing this offseason. Find you a guy that can run an offense that's kind of way again. Looks pretty good. Last but not least, Washington got a big victory again. They blew out UCLA. They jumped up to 8-3 as they get ready for their matchup against Oregon next week. Let's start there. In week 14, the Big 10 rivalry week, we got a lot of good games. You got Iowa taking on Nebraska. Both teams are 7-4. You got Ohio State taking on Michigan in a big game right there. It's going to be in Michigan. Michigan 9-2, looking to get another double-digit win season. You got Indiana at Purdue. Purdue is 2-9. They were off this week. Indiana looking
Question.
to close the season. Beat it. Yo,
I know. We said Sharon Moore isn't the guy, but is he the guy? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I think from a recruiting standpoint, he might be the guy. But from
But
X's and O's standpoint, I think he might need a little help.
you can hire some help.
Yeah, hire some help. So,
But like I said earlier this year he's not the guy, but now I have to say he's the guy.
hey, I tend to agree. Also, the Iowa-Nebraska game, Indiana-Purdue, that was on Friday. Ohio State-Michigan is on a Saturday. Early kickoff at that. And the game that kicks off right after that is going to be Oregon at Washington. That's going to be a good game. I'm looking for Washington might possibly pull an upset. I hope not, but they could. Stroll on down. You got Penn State trying to get bowl eligible against Rutgers. Both teams are 5-6. One of those teams going bowling. One of them's not.
Rutgers.
I'm going for the Fighting Greg Schianos in that one. You got Wisconsin 4-7 taking on Minnesota. PJ Fleck might be playing for his job, so he better not lose this one.
He will.
You got Maryland 4-7 taking on Michigan State. Two dead in the water coaches, in my opinion, but I think they're both coming back for another season. Then you got Northwestern 6-5 taking on Illinois. I think the wrong team's ranked in that one. I got Northwestern winning that one. And finally, you got USC taking on UCLA in the battle for that tricycle thing they be having, whatever that is.
Oh, the Battle of the Rose Bowl.
The what?
I thought it was the Battle of the Rose Bowl. I don't know.
But I just know I'll be seeing this little red tricycle thing on the field after the game every time they play. It's ugly as crap, but yeah, I got pretty good games in the Big Ten, man. Which one you gonna have your eye on?
I definitely got my own.
Michigan.
Oh, I'm definitely that's a given. That's just everybody knows that. I got my own this UCLA game against USC. Can UCLA upset USC? It's possible, but will they? Probably not. But I'm definitely gonna be watching though. Greg Schiano will go bowling. I believe that. Washington will beat Oregon. Definitely believe that. And can Purdue get the upset against Indiana? Maybe. Probably not.
You got your eye on a lot of things in the Big Ten. I'm definitely going to be watching Greg Schiano and Penn State as well. Really hoping for Greg Schiano to pull this thing out. It comes on at the same time, Oregon and Washington, so I'll be flipping back and forth. I'm going to have my Milton. I got my YouTube TV back, so I'm going to have my multi-view going on that one. And also, I'm watching Northwestern, man. This team, most exciting team I watched this week, so I'm definitely going to watch them again next week against Illinois. I want them guys to beat those boys down one time for me.
Yes.
And, I need Maryland to win a game for the season over. So I'm trying to see what they're trying to do in even time. So, Maryland, I need you to beat this. If you're going to beat somebody, this is the team. This is the team.
Fun fact, Michigan State's head coach currently has no Big Ten wins because they were all voided. So, can he get his first win?
I thought that was him too?
That was him. Yep.
Wow, I thought that was what's his name? The black guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah, they said it was. They said about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So he currently has no Big Ten wins.
Well, we'll end it on that, y'all. There you have it for the Big Ten. Can Jonathan Smith get his first victory in the Big Ten? I guess. Who do you guys favor in the Ohio State-Michigan matchup? Who's want to ride with Michigan with your boy? Holla at me. Who's going bowling? The Nifty Lions, Rutgers, Scarlet Knights. Is PJ Fleck safe in Minnesota, or should his seat be hot? Do you think UCLA can pull the upset against USC? And another question for y'all. Y'all tell me, what's the best quarterback in this conference? I mean that. Take Julian Sand out of it.
So
who's the best quarterback?
So he's the best quarterback. So who's the second best, right?
Yeah, who's the second best quarterback in this conference? Because I know a lot of y'all going to say Fernando Mendoza.
I don't think it's
I'm
him.
still not. So
I think it's
y'all let me.
I think it's Dante Moore.
I think it's Dante Moore as well. I wanted to see what the people's gonna say, but I'm gonna say y'all know who's better, Dante Moore, Fernando Mendoza. Get in the comment section and let us know, man. That's all we got. Be out.